Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel everybody. So here I am again. This is May 2024's Monday and Saturday review of the videos of the cards that I made this month in May. And for the month of May, we focused on, or I focused, I should say, I focused on the Submarine Life Bundle that included this Submarine Life Builder Punch, or Sub Punch as I call it, and the Submarine Life stamp set. This was so much fun. Of course, I think I have fun all the time anyways. Really enjoyed making these cards. So I'm going to keep this like right there. And let me show you. Now this was in the mini catalog. Let me, if I can get to the cover. This catalog, okay? It was on page 52, but I know for a fact that this also made the new annual catalog, which I was so excited to find that out. This and the cutest cows. Oh, yay. So I was like, yes. I get to keep it for another year. But I still want to do some different stuff. So I put staying. So this is what it looked like in the catalog, guys. And I really had a great time doing this. Thank you for allowing me to come into your home and share what I love doing. Thank you so very much. It's so rewarding for me. It just is. So I'm going to take a sip of some tea. And I'm going to stick it where it should be, and that's away from my desk because I had a catastrophe recently. So we're going to start with the Monday series of videos. I am going to need to push that over there. So my Mondays series of videos, guys, I created all three of these cards. Of course, I changed it up just a little bit to suit my purposes, but so the first Monday of the month is always a sketch a card, and that is this little cutie here. And this one sketch is from Operation Right Home, OWH number 217. This was for a Stamp with Joy Facebook group. They have a weekly challenge for cards, and I don't always get them made, but I did do this. Now, I did switch it up. This one had a banner right here, but it took away from the sub, and I didn't want the sub all the way to the side. So I did an oval punch. I cut it off here, and this is the same DSP as here, but it is inspired by this one here. Of course, I added little bright pumpkin pie fishies, and my little snails were real red, and my submarine, of course, is yellow like this. But instead of going with, I believe, pecan pie, I went with basic black. So I really just thought this was so cute. And you can see the little snails right down there. And these little white dots, those are from February's paper pumpkin kit. So this was card number 1, sketch number 1, Monday series, May 2024. We're going to go to number 2, which was case a card, and that's why I still have this out, because I did this one. And I told you I wanted to do this one in a larger format. So here it is. They did a little hot air balloon. Now, my little clouds I got from the Give It a Whirl die. Any cloud dies would work. I was just inspired this. I did not do floating by to say hi on the front of the card. I did keep the Granny Apple green flag, the prop, and that the same. And I, of course, did all the little birds, but I did the floating by just to say hi on the inside. So this was really easy. This was cute, simple, and a little change up of that one. Now, the next one, this one was, you know, getting things off kilter, a little askew on things is not my strong suit, but I'm really happy with the result of this cutie little card here. I thought I had 2 of these actually. So we did, instead of the flag banner and the pointy end here, I just did square, and I did it askew. You can see all of these, they're not the same. This one is a little smaller than these three. And I didn't want to do the white embossing, so I stamped in cherry cobbler, and that's because this old Stampin' Up! Baker's twine is cherry cobbler in white, and I wanted those reds to match. I pulled in the red cherry cobbler here, here, and here. And then this is Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, Pumpkin Pie, and Daffodil Delight. And the green is Granny Apple Green. But it is a sweet little card. And there's the inside, even a great inside to the card. Really great. Here is the front cover. So that's my rendition of that. And that was Monday 2024, Monday series, video number 2, which equaled a case of cards. So I can set this aside. So for the third Monday of the month, it is a shaker card. And this was awesome. This was awesome. I really, here we go. And these, of course, are the diamond art little bits. And I put quite a bit in there. And I just punched it with some Granny Apple Green. No, this is Parakeet Party. And this back here, Tahitian Tide. Yes, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide. A frame I made from the stitched rectangle dies. And these are the in colors, except for this one is the Daffodil Delight, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party. And you can see I even have the little sandy bottom down in there. So let me open it up. Oh, yes, this one opened this one. And School of Fishies up there. I thought that was kind of cute. So, and then my mailer address label. So that was the third Monday of the month, a shaker card. I hope by doing these, it inspires you to try something new. So our fourth Monday of the month is a fun fold. And once again, I did use the retiring in colors. So this is the mailer. This is in Orchid Oasis. And this card was inspired by Karen Titus. She did a pocket card. But all she had, this was just like this. There was no opening of that. This is a pocket card. It goes like this. You can have it off to the side. It's a great idea to place a gift card. You open it up. You can place a gift card in here this way. But I wanted it to have a double duty. So I made this a full-size card. And this is a happy birthday. So this is where the gift card would go. This is where you can write your sentiment. And this, of course, just flips right in there. And I believe I used the entire sheet of cardstock except for a little piece here to make this card. Great little card. I enjoyed making it. Something a little different and not difficult to make. And this card is still flat. It's not going to cost me anything. I didn't put my Submarine up on dimensionals. You could in this pocket. Everything is really nice and flat. Where is my cheat sheet? For the post office, right? See, that's going to go right through there. No problem. Now, this one will go through there too, but they'll still charge me. Don't know why, but see how nice and easy that goes through? To measure a smaller thickness noted on this template, use a micrometer or consult a postal. Yeah, maximum thickness. I know, but they still charge me. They still do. So we have a shaker card, and that concludes Monday's videos. Let's go ahead and go to Saturdays. Now on my Saturday videos, I choose a beginner card, a casual card, an avid card, and ink is already upon me. Just want to make sure it doesn't go to another card. And then I choose a color collection every Saturday of the month. So our first card, do we have 2 of them here? It looks like I do. Our first card is for the neutral collection, which is May 4th. This one will have aired. And this one was simply, yes, I did 2 because I showed you how to step it up. So the first one, this is stamped. There's no dimensioned. Everything is just stamped. Neutrals all the way. White, Night of Navy, Night of Navy, Night of Navy. Basic gray, basic gray. This is gray granite. Gray granite also for my birds. Mossy meadow for my seaweed. Blackberry bliss. These little fishies are misty moonlight. And my sandy bottom is gray granite as well. Floating by to say hi. I don't do a lot of children's birthday cards. I mean, if I have a child's birthday card, I usually try to make something right then for it. So let me show you. This is the total flat one. Let's show you the stepped up version. And a little different. So same stamping, except I didn't put your Submarine. I took a sponge dauber and I sponge daubed this top area blue, and I added a little bit in here. I used the double oval punch, which I'm so sad they're retiring this punch because it is so handy. But they are. But I won't stop using it. You know me. So, and I glued this flat. And what I did on my Submarine, this is stamped. This is just punched in black. But my Submarine, I have 3 layers of, is it printer? Oh no, I messed up once. So I used that cardstock and I used a couple layers of printer paper that I had punched in my little bin to see where my placement of my sub was going. And I glued those all together. So when this goes through the mail, it won't have that dip that if I put a glue dot here and a glue dot here, it would have a dip when they go to fill my cards. And he does. My postmaster does this to my cards. Drives me crazy. That's why I spend so much money in postage. It's just like, give me the stamp that costs $1.44 a piece, you know. So there are our 2 Monday beginner cards. One is a stepped up version, just a little bit more. You could have done dimensionals. That's up to you. But that is all in the neutral color collection. Our second card for our second Saturday, May 11th, 2024. This is a casual card, and it is done in the brights. Now, I chose the retired Bermuda Bay. It was part of the Brights collection. You could have chosen Coastal Cabana, but the reason why I went with that is because I had some of this ombre DSP that was a celebration item, and it was in Bermuda Bay, so I felt like I needed to use Bermuda Bay. But if you have a DSP, use something that coordinates with that color. I could have put Coastal Cabana behind it, but I had Bermuda Bay and I'm going to use it. Now, my sub here, I did the same thing with the layers of Submarine. No periscope on this one, but I stamped. I don't know. There's a lot of noise coming from my house right now. My husband's installing a new stereo in his Mustang. You know, one of those Van Damsey ones, which, let me be a second, I'm going to shut the door here. Because he's way out and I can hear it. I will say my husband is legally deaf in one ear, so things are a bit louder in our house. So I stamped on the DSP here in Bermuda Bay, and you can see the little circles from the ombre. And the inside is blank. This is the ombre paper. It's the same thing I just did too, because I wanted to do a sample. So I can put those both in there for now. I don't know where the mailer, nope, I can't. Let's just stick it over there. So that was number 2, a casual card. Now this is the Avid card, and I probably should have had this for my extreme, but I planned it out as the Avids, but it is a bit of work, not too much though. So this was my sample, and this is some Baker's twine in colors blue, red, and yellow that my aunt had given me, and this is a gray. and it made this great little flag detail here. This was a stitched rectangle piece of white that I had in my scrap bin. I poked holes, guys, with a 3/8 of an inch circle punch in where the circles were. And I put a little piece of plastic sheeting. I think this is from a polymer stamp set. I don't know what it's from. It's not window. It could be used as window sheeting, but it's much thinner. It was lying around when I cleaned my stamp room, so I used it, made little windows in my sub. Really cute. I used a blender brush and did some blending, and I used Balmy Blue. This is Regal's. Let me take a look. Oh, it was Pretty Peacock and Blueberry Bushel to make my ocean background. And the inside, ta-da! This is the actual one I made online. Now, I stamped Blueberry Bushel onto this bit of, this was from Delightfully Eclectic DSP, and it really made it dark. I accidentally punched a little bit there. So if I had to do it again, I would do it in the Blueberry Bushel on the white. The prop was, I want to say it's basic gray, but what I didn't do is I didn't let my ink set. I immediately added Wink Estella, and I had an awful lot of Wink Estella on my brush, and it made my ink bleed. So I would suggest letting it rest, and these little dots are just from the pearlized enamel effects in the white, which you guys know I love using. So that was video number 3, the Avid card in the Regals. Now this one, guys, this was a labor of love as far as figuring out what I was going to do, because it took me hours, close to like 3 hours, maybe a little bit more. This was my extreme card, and it may not look extreme, but it was a bit of work. This DSP, by the way, is very retired. It went, I don't remember the exact name of it, but it went with the Friends Are Like Seashells that I had purchased for my daughter's birthday several years ago, and I had a bit left over. I did a large card. This is 6.5 by 10, scored at 5, and I used some of the Essential Baker's Twine, and I will tell you, this gray matches the gray granite, and I put little holes there. I showed you how I used Scotch tape in the back of my holes to make sure my knots didn't fall through. I used the DSP and made this little flag bit. No submarine on here. I had one done, but I didn't use it because it just got in the way. Here I stamped and fussy cut 2 of the sandy bottom bits out and cut one apart, glued one down, cut the other apart. So this was my sample. This, you see all that shiny stuff once again. The pearlized enamel effects. Great, great. These now are up on dimensionals. These are brighter just because of this was one part of the DSP. So this was down here and the other part was the other half. But I put Sending Oceans of Love on the inside, Floating By to Say Hi on the envelope, the submarine on the back, You Are Sublime on the front. Great, great card. Great size of a card. And this was using up pre-made card bases that I have in my stash. My only thing with these card bases is I feel like they are 1/2 inch too big for the actual card, but that's what was together in my stash back there that I found. So that concludes all of my, and these little dots are what I had left over from November and December's paper pumpkin kit. So I hope, it's getting chilly. All of a sudden the sun went away and it's chilly. So those are my projects. And thank you guys for being so gracious to me. Your thoughts and your prayers, and I had several of you reach out to me. Hey, you know, are you okay? Because we haven't seen you on YouTube in a while. Yes, I was sick, and it warmed my heart. I can't explain it. I just can't. I can't explain. I can't. I don't know how to express to you what it means for me to share this with you. So thank you so much. So we're going to give a quick look. This was the 4th. This one was the 3rd. This is for Saturdays. This was the 2nd. And this was the 1st. And then we'll look at Mondays. And then I'm going to go and I'm working on Paper Pumpkin. So this was the 4th Mondays. The 3rd Mondays was the shaker card. Love those diamond bits. And this one was our case a card, 1 of 2. This is the other case a card. And then this was inspired. The sketch layout was from Operation Right Home number 217, but it was inspired by the card in the catalog. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I appreciated it. If you are not subscribed, would you consider subscribing? It does help me out, believe it or not. It really does. It helps to get my videos rotated on YouTube. That's why it's important. The likes help. Your comments, guys, though, are the reason why I'm still doing this. My daughter and I tell my daughter all the time when we go out, I can't believe I'm still doing this. And the response I have gotten is so fabulous. And it's all because of you, your comments, your feedback, the way you reach out to me. God bless each and every one of you. I am so appreciative and so thankful. So thank you so very much. The Submarine Life Bundle stamp set and punch. So have a great day out there. And I hope to see you again in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now.